All right, so next up we got George. We're gonna do or sorry, my bad. We got
We
James.
could do George.
No, we gotta do it according to the
Okay.
intro.
Okay. Okay. So I want to preface mine real quick. I won't be too long. You mentioned this when I actually brought this game up on the Origins preview podcast, and it made me start thinking. I am a solo gamer. I didn't realize this. It was just out of the three main groups that I play with, including you all, I'm probably one of the few people that play solo games. I know my normal gamer night, they say the guy that hosts it, he's like throws away, he jokingly says he throws away the solo cards and all that. And I'm like thinking, I'm like, I'm actually a solo gamer. I mean, that's not my preferred way to play. I mean, I love playing with people, so, or playing board games with people. And so, but
Good
it just
catch.
came out of necessity. Yeah, thank you. It just came out of necessity where, again, I like these really heavy games sometimes and thinky games, and my wife does not. So I was like, I always look for games that play solo so I could play them when I feel like playing a heavy game. So that's how this came about. And that leads up to this game. My game is, and I'll try to say this right, it's Spanish word, Conservas. And when we were doing,
Fancy.
yeah, I took Spanish in high school and college, but I'm terrible at it. Uh,
Muy bien.
yeah.
Well, real quick, do you want to share the BG page and kind of go through the
Yeah, you got me. So let's
all messed
share
up here.
Yeah, you got me all. Okay, let me share my window here. Okay, this is Conservas. It's by Scott Ohms and 25th. Published by 25th Century Games. I bought a few of their games at Origins. They were really nice people, and I was actually very looking forward to this game because I love bag building and or deck building.
Yes.
I mean, worker placement's my favorite mechanism, but I'd say my second is bag building / deck building. Um, so this, I was excited to look into this, and even though it's solo, it gave me Orleans light vibes by looking at it. If you've ever played Orleans or Orleans or however you want to say it, or Altiplano, it's bag builders. So, and I want to say, I thought when we were previewing this, they were talking about conserving the ocean by saying conservas. Now, that actually is Spanish for canned meats or preserves. So that's what you're doing.
Has nothing.
Right. When you take the fish to market, you're making a canned meat, canned fish.
Oh no, so it's the opposite of preserving the ocean.
Right.
Great.
So I didn't know
It's
that.
preserving the fish in cans.
I should have wrote down the exact. It's really a Conservas de Pescado or something. I don't know how to say fish in French or Spanish. So that's what it's short for, Conservas. It's supposed to be really popular in Spain, this type of meat. And what you're doing is it's similar to, makes me think of Jaws of the Lion, where it has a booklet. This has a booklet. I may pull it up here. I'm just showing you the zoomed in version of it. This is in Spanish. And
is this for spoiler alerts?
no, this is not spoiler or anything.
Oh, okay.
So what you're doing is
spoiler alert.
You start out with a one boat and an open water card, and the page, it's monthly, so it's January through December. So there's 12 pages you're going to go through different, and it goes up in difficulty. I assume I haven't gotten that far into it yet.
Is it a game per page? So 12 games?
Yes.
Okay.
And the page, here's what it's showing now is how you set it up. That's actually setup, Spanish for setup up there, and it tells you get $10. This is actually January. We're looking at the first one. So you're putting in, then there's 4 different types of sea animals that you can be able to play with. It's sardine, mussels, scallops, and octopus. Then you've got water tokens, which are just the dead ones, which, I mean, as in meaning they're not useful for anything, maybe. And I'll explain that later. But you also get money. But then you have objectives. And what that's showing you there is at the end of the game, you want at least $50, 5 sardines in your bag, and 5 at least 5 scallops in your bag. Now, if you the difficult level, $60 and 7 of each of both those. Now, each page you're going to get harder objectives, more see. Like in February, you add the mussels, so you have 3 different animals. But that tells you, but the setup it tells you how many of each mussel and each clan or scallop to put in your bag, and how many open water and water tokens. So what you're doing for each card, you start out with 1 boat and an open water card. So for each boat and that open water card, you're going to pull out 5 tokens from that bag. And you can decide which card to put it on. You have to put it on all those 5 on 1 card that doesn't have any tokens on it. So the first hand you're going to be playing, you're going to draw out 10 tokens. And you can decide which one to put it on. The open water, any fish there are going to spawn. So you can't do anything else but spawn on open water. And the boats, let's see, I had a picture of the boat. Let's see. I'll use this one. So the boats have the costs on the left, and then they have the upkeep. So at the end of every round, meaning you draw your tokens and you buy stuff and put the tokens back in the bag, you have to pay an upkeep for each boat. And on the right, it has a number, and that's how much catch you can hold, and that's what you have to do. So for 5, you take 5 tokens, and let's say the boat has 2. The ones I'm showing there are 4 and 3, but let's say 2. So you have to take 2 of those 5 tokens and put it at the top. That's what your catch is going to be. You put the 3 at the bottom below the boat, and they call that the deep sea. And this is a major rule that I missed the first time, and I got my butt handed to me by the game because I ran out of tokens, fish tokens. So obviously by the 3rd round. And the book also has different varying rounds. The one in this picture has 7. That's that's the first one. January it should be, looks like. And so you have 7 rounds to get to the objective. After the 7th round, if you meet the objective, you win the game, more or less. By the 3rd round of the first game I played, I had 0 of the sardines left in my bag. I knew I wasn't going to win because I wasn't going to get 4 of them at the end of the game. So I made a huge mistake. But the problem was, what mistake I made was I thought the only open water spawned animals or sea life. No, the deep sea plus the open water spawn the animals. So and how they spawn is the number of that certain type of, like I say, if you have sardines, that number of sardines minus 1. So if I have 3 sardines out there, you can spawn 2 extra ones. So you're going to have 5 go back in your bag. 3 of the ones you had out in the deep water and the open water combined, plus the 2 that you get. So that can be real helpful if you think about it, because you're required to catch that number that's on the boat. You can't just put 1 up there if the number's 2. You have to put 2 up there. So if you draw 5 sea life, you're going to have to put 2 sea lives in your boat. Now that can be helpful, but you're also spending those. So those are going to go away. They either go back in the the pile, or they go up on the board. So you'll lose those out of your bag temporarily or permanently. And so you can also put the water tokens in the catch also. So that allows you to spawn. If you're like, I really need these tokens, I pulled them out, but I don't want to spend them now. So I'm going to put water up in I drew 2 water tokens. I'm going to put those in my catch. So it kind of works out that, and you can put those other ones in the deep sea, and so they'll spawn for you and get more tokens. You're conserving the ocean, but you're actually building your bag. You're getting more valuable sea animals in your bag. Now the water tokens, unlike any other bag builder or deck builder, you can't really call the water tokens. So whatever you start out with, if you have like 10, you're always going to have 10 in the bag. It's never going to get more or less. But they also help a lot too. So you can buy more boats later on in your turn. And how you do that is, let me see. Those are I've pull this up. This is a picture of all the fish tokens with the water tokens. And
okay,
the reason you flip them on the side when you
Some have
spend
bottle
them,
caps.
yeah, it's like that's when you make them in a little tin of seafood.
Oh.
That's how you open the tin of sardines.
Yeah,
or
so when
whatever.
you
Yeah, a little
make
pull
them,
tab.
when you make them the Conservas, you flip it over to that tab showing that you made them into. Otherwise, they're the animals, the little.
So is
sea
there just sardines, or can you do tuna and stuff like that?
Right. There's sardines, mussels, scallops, and octopi.
Okay.
Uh, so I was hoping I get a closer picture of the.
How long does one of these games take to play?
It says about 15, 20 minutes, and then that's about right. 20
Oh,
minutes.
wow.
So I mean, it's quick when you know it. I mean, it just flows. So all you're doing is you're drawing tokens, you're placing them on the open water or boats that you have. You're then making them either into Conservas, buying boats, or they have upgrade cards, which kind of break the rules depending on what phase you are in the turn. So it allows you like one time only, I could double the amount of spawn I had, which that helped a lot. And I did. Oh well, I'll get back to that. So you can buy boats, but the problem is you're going to have to draw 5 tokens for each boat. So if you have a ton of boats, that will work against you. So you're going to have to try to balance the number of boats you have with the number of tokens you're spawning. And it's kind of a puzzle there. And then also some boats cost money every round. So you got to make sure you have money. The way you get money is you turn the fish into Conservas on the page itself, and you start from the left to the right in most parts. That rule changes later on in the year of the different months, and it'll go different flow, but that it'll give you a certain amount of money as you put tokens down. And it tells you which ones to put down or how many. Like in the picture, the third row, the first one requires 2 sardines. What you do is you put 1 token there and just discard the other one. And the bottom, it has 3 scallops. So you're putting 1 scallop there and discarding the other 2. Now, and then after you do that, you just clean up you put all the open waters or the water tokens back in the bag. You spawn, you refresh any upgrade cards that you bought, because you have 3 out there at all times and 3 boats. So
and then what do you put on the page goes back in the bag?
No, that stays out there. So they're gone for the rest of the game. And so because you're building from left to right. Now I did have an upgrade card that did say remove up to 3 tokens off the page. So that helps you if you needed more money. And that's how you're going to get money. It seems at 3 or 4, 2 a pop, it seems like impossible to get 40, but it goes pretty quick near the end. It's one of those ones that build. You're building up towards, just like any kind of battle builder or deck builder, you're building up to be more powerful later on in the game. I did after that first butt whooping it gave me, I spent the night thinking about it, trying to figure out what I did wrong, and and I came up with a strategy, and it worked pretty well. The first one, I missed the difficult one by $1. I got the number of fish correctly, but I still beat the game with the regular.
Well, that's pretty cool that you came up with a plan and it worked out. That's what you want the game to do, really.
Do you actually take anything from game to game?
No.
Or is it just like 12 different scenarios?
Right, just 12 different months.
Okay.
And if I had done the Kickstarter or Game Found, it would again 2 more months or whatever, 2 more pages, which I don't think I couldn't find anywhere to buy those yet. But the upgrade cards, I forgot to say, they do cost. Let me see if I can put this. Like they will say like 2 of the same token. So you're spending tokens also. That's how else you're going to lose tokens, by buying upgrade cards. But the later on, some of the objective requires you to buy so many objective cards. So you're going to have to, which they do help. Both games I've bought objective cards because they do help really well. I mean, there's, like I said, they're game breaking rules, but they're not overpowered. Now I could say with this game, somebody online was talking about, once you figure out the strategy, the game's too easy. I might have to agree a little bit. I don't know. I'm not going to say my strategy because that's what the strategy I came up with.
Sure.
When I thought about it.
Don't want to spoil it.
But I'll say I'll give this game a 7 out of 10. Just because
is the strategy basically gaming the engine? like gaming
gonna
design. You don't have to say what it is, but I'm
It's
saying
just doing what they want you to do. It's
okay.
I hate to say it. It's
Strategy
just
is
playing,
play the game.
Yeah.
But you
it's
feel
just
railroaded into a certain
playing
strategy.
playing smart bag builder, deck builder games. I mean, just
Yeah.
but I don't think it's supposed to be overly complicated. And I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
where
just
people
kind
are
of a
missing.
casual thing.
Yeah, and I enjoy it. I'm very glad I bought it, and I think they could easily do an expansion saying, the next year have another 12 scenario booklet. I mean, it can't be that hard, and make it
Well,
harder.
would
Maybe
it be
add.
possible to come out with another game, right? Another game. It's all like a new book and all that stuff, but then have a 2-player mode where both of you can play.
Oh yeah.
Like
One of you could
each
be
other.
one person could be Spain and the other one could be Morocco, and you're out there like just trying to fish in the same spot. And yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, is there
Right.
a possibility they can make this more than just a 1-player game?
To me, if you're trying to make it 2-player, it'll feel like there's other 1-player games that they add a second player, but it's more or less they're just watching the game.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
see.
like Nemo's War, I think it can be 2-player, but it feels like the second
Yeah,
player
it's not
really doing
really.
much.
Yeah.
I
But
gotcha.
I mean, I
I like the idea though, Tim. I think that has possibility for sure.
I thought it would be
Right.
cool. So
Yeah,
let
there
me
could
ask
be
you
a
this: if you played
Conservas duel.
all,
Yeah.
right. If
The
you played,
Spanish ships go up into Irish waters and now it's a fight.
Yeah.
if you played through all 12 months.
No, just the first 2 months. It's
Well,
all
no, I'm saying if you do, is this one of those games? I feel like if I was in solo games, if I played through the 12 months, I'm pretty much done with this game. I'm selling it. Like it doesn't seem to me, it's weird because if you put scenarios, then once I've done the scenarios and I've beaten them all, I feel like I completed the game. Whereas something like Ghost Stories, which is not a 1-player game, but what I mean is a co-op or something, it does not have scenarios. It just has play the game and then you play it again and you play it again. It's like playing a traditional board game. This, when you add scenarios or books, I feel like when you finish it, I don't need to go back and play it again.
I can understand that. I can see that because I would think if I go through all these, if I replayed it, it'd probably be like the last few months because the harder levels. Because then January would be way too easy, even though everybody said it was harder in February, which I might agree. February seemed a little easier, even though it added mussels in there instead. So it was 3 different fish. But I think you're right. I can see that. What I think would have benefit from it was go through the 12 months and then maybe set it aside for a couple months and not get back to it later, kind of after you've kind of forgotten a little bit about it.
Yeah, kind of re-experience the game.
And then they did include a sheet which you could print, but they came with the game. It did say, here's ways to make it harder. Extra challenges is what they said. So you could, the first boat you get is free. They said, well, maybe you can pay for it instead. So you have less money at the beginning.
Yep.
Different stuff like that. When pulling tokens, each boat may take at least 1 fish into the boat. If you draw only water tokens, then you do not have to place a fish. So you must take a fish into the boat. Like I said, you can just put 2 waters in there if it's requiring you to take 2 tokens and let those spawn. This way, this kind of gives away the strategy. But you
don't say it.
You put
no,
one
it's
fish.
okay. It's all right. No, we get it. You got to spawn your fish. We get it.
When fulfilling at the beginning, when fulfilling a market space, it says you stack all tokens on the market space that was sold. So you're losing all of those. So if I have to spend 3 tokens instead of just putting 1 there, that's another strategy because you're losing tokens out of the supply to be able to put in the bag. So if you stack all 3 there instead of 1, well, stuff like that. I mean, I understand your point, but yes, I think you're probably right. If I play all 12, I'll let you know.
Fair enough.
I will,
let me ask you this real quick. If other than final thoughts, where does this rank in your 1-player only games? Not games that have a solo mode, like games that are strictly just this is for 1 player. I don't know if that's a fair way to say that. Maybe people
Yeah, 'cause
consider
I'm
all the
trying to
solo games.
think of all the solo only games that I've played.
I guess there really isn't that many. There's just a lot that have solo
I mean,
modes.
I am missing a lot of stuff from what did I do this week? Well, I just played Witchcraft 2, which is solo only, and this is better than Witchcraft. Witchcraft was good, but I like this better. I would say it's mid tier of all the solo only that I've played, which is not many. I mean, I played a lot of solo modes, but not solo only games.
Gotcha.
Witchcraft is well liked, so
It's
that's
good.
saying something.
I'm
good
not
for
saying
this
it's
one.
terrible. Witchcraft
yeah.
just it's kind of not my game. I
Mhm.
liked it, but I'm like, I don't know if it's too where it could be so bad for you that it's like, well, I just set up this game for 10 minutes and I've just lost it really bad right off the bat. So that's what kind of bummed me about Witchcraft, but it was fun. The 10 minutes I played it.
Well, final thoughts about this one?
I would definitely recommend it. It's 7 out of 10, and it is a very fun, enjoyable bag builder. If you do solo play, I highly recommend it. I don't think it was very expensive, maybe $25-$30 if I recall, if that, maybe less. And the people at 25th Century Games were very nice, so I highly recommend their games.
Oh,
But,
they're great.
if you're a solo player game and just want something light and small footprint on your table, this is the game to get.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that was Conservas. Say it again.
Conservas.
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 You say E like an A. Like A.
De pescado.
Yes.